And welcome back. It's time for another Fresh Gallery Spotlight, and I'm joined today by artist V. Lee. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the type of artistry and the work that you do.
Yes, I work in oil pastel. So even though these are all fairly different, they're each done in the same medium, which is the medium of oil pastel. This is kind of like a crayon, kind of like an oil paint, and it's all rolled up in a stick, and you just kind of run it across, and it's very soft. It's like lipstick almost. You can manipulate it with paintbrushes. It's really fascinating. I love it.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, how did you first get into this type of work, and how long have you been doing it?
So I've been doing fine art professionally, I'd say, for about 5 years, and then the oil pastel, I picked that up when I was a kid, dropped it for a long time, and then came back to it when I was just kind of playing around with the cheap ones. I got myself a better set, and I loved it so much, I just never went back.
There you go. Now, for your different pieces that you do, we see kind of, a couple different variations here, but where does your inspiration stem from typically?
So there's a lot of different stuff you can see going on here. I'd say the two, like this big white one here and the one to your right, those are both inspired by dreams. I have some pretty crazy, vivid dreams. So
we've had some other artists say that on the show too before, so I
Yeah.
think that's a common thing for you all.
So this one's like almost an apocalypse, and then this is just kind of chaos. And then this here is a hummingbird that I actually managed to rescue. Don't ask me how, but it was like lying on the ground and shivery, and I just kind of warmed it up, and I had to take a picture of it because it was so pretty, and then of course I wanted to paint it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay, now I have to say, so this middle piece here is just so fascinating to me for so many reasons. So kind of walk me through this process. Like, how do you start this, and then what is the process like of making it?
Yeah, so this was a lot of, I'll see if I can condense this down, but this is actually a refurbished painting underneath here that I sanded down so I could use this panel. So this is like an upcycle, which I love to do. This is oil paint here, and then this is actually canvas that has been adhered to the background. The canvas is oil pastel. So this is kind of like what happens when you take a bunch of inspiration and try to bottle it and stop it from coming out. And this is kind of a slow drip.
Yeah. Okay, so something else that we were talking about earlier with each other was that the difference between like pastels and paint is pastels can be reworked to an extent, right? But paint cannot. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So oil paint, which is the same kind of pigments that are in these pastels, oil paint dries. It actually cures, which is a little different, but it's a chemical process and it just gets hard. But oil pastel remains infinitely reworkable. Think like lipstick. It gets a little bit harder, but you can still rework it, which is really neat. You can use solvents on it like you would with paint as well. So if you make a mistake, you get a scraper and you scrape it off and you go again.
Yeah.
Couldn't be easier. But it does have to be framed or fixed in some way because it can be smeared.
Okay, now this piece over here, I know you said it came from a dream, but tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so this one is kind of a cryptic, apocalyptic. I didn't even exactly know what it meant when I was going through the dream. And, but I was like, this is so weird. I have to do this. So I kind of think it's like almost like the second coming or something kind of illustrated what it would look like in my mind.
Okay, all right. It's very interesting. It definitely makes you have a lot of questions about it, but yeah.
It's like if you're scared of it, then there's a problem. If you're interested, then it's another thing. It's kind of like who you are is how you interpret it.
Okay, all right, I like that. Now tell me, where can people find your work, and if they can find it online, tell me where that is as well.
Of course. So in person, I actually am joining Fresh Gallery. I'm actually putting these exact pieces in the gallery this evening.
Okay.
So they're going to be available in Fresh Gallery here right in Springfield for the next 3 months. So check out Fresh Gallery. They have a wonderful array of really talented people.
Yeah.
Springfield has got a great variety.
That's right. And then a website if you have one?
Yes. Go to www.vleeartworks.com. The Lee is like L-E-I-G-H. It's one of those funny spellings.
That's right. Okay. All right. Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on Ozarks Live. We appreciate it.
Thank
We're excited
you.
about your work. All right. Well, up next, find out ways